Montea Abdul-Karim from ADLS TV News Online. Magandang umaga, ma'am.
Yes, magandang umaga.
Ma'am Baynira Abu from DFK BSN News. Magandang umaga po. Ma'am Noraima Lala.
On the way.
Ma'am Rohani Imad from Rajonat NDXTC. Magandang umaga po. And of course, kasama po niya si Sir Valenzuela.
Yes.
And of course, from Gold Star Daily, Sir Joe Corrales. Magandang umaga po. From the Magnet FM, Alas Panaligan. Magandang umaga. And of course, another from Gold Star, Sir Ted Oya. Ma'am, sorry. Alright. So before we officially start our press briefing, there will be a video to be played by our IDS.
Siya ko wala. Kasi di ka landscape ang
And of course, our participant also from online. Our PSA Lano, Ma'am Anar Makalaba, good morning. Our partners and members of the RSCO, the Economic Division of, I guess this is NFPM. Ma'am Farhana Caballo of OOPC. Sir Jerry Intong of PSA Zulu. From PSA Casilan. Jose Alvin Almidera. Ma'am Lilibet Eberly from Farm Ready. Ma'am Jeanette. Ma'am Jeanette. Good morning po. Ma'am Marianne of PPA, I believe. The planning of MILG, the Research and Development Division of PPA. Ma'am Rosario Vice. Good morning po. Assalamualaikum po. And thank you for joining us online.
stand up.
Alright? Para po masimulan ang ating press briefing sa araw na ito, inaanyayahan ko po ang lahat na tumayo upang manalangin sa pangunguna ni Sir Alvin Noron at ito ay susundan ng pag-awit ng upang hiniram ang quarantine.
وقال لكم القول يستجيب لكم امين الله رب العالمين. اعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين اياك نعبد واياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين انعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. ربنا اتنا في الدنيا حسنه وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Ngayong araw, ikinagagalaw kong ipakilala ang aming 𝑑𝑉𝑬𝑺 Regional Director ng PSA Bar na si Engineer Akalji Tula upang tunghayan ang kanyang pag-uulat tungkol sa paggalaw ng presyo ng ating bilihin sa rehiyon ng bar nitong nakalipas na buwan, Enero 2024. Halina at ating pakinggan ang ulat ni Arlie Akalji.
Maraming salamat, As. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Ang Philippine Statistics Authority, Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao ay malugod na mag-uulat ng antas ng inflation sa rehiyon para sa buwan ng Enero 2024. Ang headline inflation o ang pagtaas ng presyo ng mga produkto at serbisyo sa rehiyon ng Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao ay bumagal sa antas na 4.2% nitong Enero 2024. Noong Disyembre 2023, ang inflation sa rehiyon ay naitala sa antas na 6.2% at 7.8% naman noong Enero 2023. Ang pangunahing dahilan ng mas mababang antas ng inflation nitong Enero 2024 kaysa noong Disyembre 2023 ay ang mas mabagal na pagtaas ng presyo ng food and non-alcoholic beverages. Ito ay nagtala ng 5.0% inflation at 70.1% share sa pagbaba ng pangkalahatan inflation sa rehiyon. Ang mga pangkat ng bilihin na nagpapag sa pagbagal ng antas ng inflation ng commodity ito ay ang mga sumusunod: vegetables, tubers, plantains, cooking bananas, at iba pa na nagtala ng negative 0.6% inflation. Cereals and cereals products na may 13.5% inflation, particular ang bigas, at fish and other seafood na may negative 0.2% inflation mula 0.7%, particular ang mga islang tabang. Ang pangalawang dahilan ng mas mabagal na antas ng inflation nitong Enero 2024 ay sa noong Disyembre 2023 ay ang mas mabagal na pagtaas sa presyo ng restaurants and accommodation services na nagtala ng 5.0% inflation at 13.2% share sa pagbaba ng pangkalatang inflation sa rehiyon. Ito ay dahil sa mas mabagal na paggalaw ng presyo ng restaurants, cafe and the like with full service na may 5.1% inflation mula sa 9.4%. Ang pangatlong commodity group ay ang housing, water, electricity, gas and other fuels na nagtala ng 0.8% inflation nitong Enero 2024, mas mabagal kumpara sa 1.8% noong nakaraang buwan at katumbas ng 7.7% share sa pagbaba ng pangkalatang inflation ng rehiyon. Pangunahin dito ang pagbagal sa pagtaas ng presyo ng solid fuels at iba pa na nagtala ng 2.4% inflation nitong Enero 2024 mula sa 4.3% noong nakaraang buwan, particular dito ang olive. Pagdating sa overall inflation nitong Enero 2024, ang pangunahing nag-ambag ay ang food and non-alcoholic beverages na may 5.0% inflation at 71.1% share sa pangkalahatang inflation ng rehiyon. Ang mga pangkat ng pagkain na pangunahing nag-ambag sa inflation ng food and non-alcoholic beverages ay ang mga sumusunod: cereals and cereal products na may 13.5% inflation mula sa 14.3% inflation noong nakaraang buwan. Kabilang na dito ang bigas, milk, other dairy products and eggs na nananatili sa antas na 6.6% inflation at meat, and other parts of slaughtered land animals na may 4.8% inflation mula sa 6.9% inflation. Ang transport ang pangalawa sa may pinakamalaking ambag sa pangkalahatang inflation nitong Enero 2024. Ang commodity group na ito ay nagtala ng 6.9% inflation at may 8.7% share. Ang pangunahing nag-ambag sa inflation ng transport ay ang passenger transport by sea and inland waterways na nananatili sa 100% inflation nitong Enero 2024. Ang pangatlong commodity group na may pinakamalaking ambag sa pangkalahatang inflation ay ang restaurant and accommodation services na may 5.0% inflation at 6.5% share. Ang pangunahing nag-ambag dito ay ang restaurant, cafe and the like with full service na may 5.1% inflation. Sa 13 commodity groups, 11 ang nagtala ng pagtaas ng presyo nitong Enero 2024, ngunit sa mabagal na antas. Ito ay ang mga sumusunod: food and non-alcoholic beverages na may 5.0% inflation mula sa 7.2%. Alcoholic beverages and tobacco na may 6.9% inflation mula sa 8.6%. Clothing and footwear na may 2.6% inflation mula sa 3.4%. Housing, water, electricity, gas and other fuels na may 0.8% inflation mula sa 1.8%. Furnishings, housing equipment, and routine household maintenance na may 1.3% inflation mula sa 2.2%. Health na may 0.5% inflation mula sa 0.8%. Transport na may 6.9% inflation mula sa 7.4%. Information and communication na may 0.1% inflation mula sa 0.7%. Recreation, sport and culture na may 5.2% inflation mula sa 6.8%. Restaurants and accommodation services na may 5.0% inflation mula sa 9.5%. At personal care and maintenance goods and services na may 3.1% inflation mula sa 4.1%. Samantala, dalawa sa mga commodity groups ang nananatili sa parehong antas itong buwan ng Enero 2024. Ito ay ang mga sumusunod: education services na may 7.5% inflation at financial services na may 0.0% inflation. Sa pangkat ng mga pagkain sa Bangsamoro Autonomous Region ng Muslim Mindanao, nagpakita ng mas mababang inflation ng mga sumusunod: rice na may 21.2% inflation mula sa 21.6%. Flour, bread and other bakery products, pasta products, and other cereals na may 1.6% inflation mula sa 2.9%, particular ang pandesal. At meat and other parts of slaughtered land animals not as well classified na may 4.8% inflation mula sa 6.9% tulad ng karne ng baka. Nagpakita naman ng mas mataas na inflation ang ready-made food and other food products not as well classified na may 1.6% inflation mula sa 0.7% gaya ng mga condiments. Samantala, nananatili naman sa parehong antas nitong buwan ng Enero 2024 ang milk, other dairy products and eggs sa antas na 6.6% inflation, particular ang itlog. Ang mga pangkat ng pagkain na may negative inflation mula sa positive inflation ay ang fish and other seafood na may negative na may negative 6.0% inflation mula sa 6.2%. Ang mga pangkat ng mga pagkain na may negative inflation ay ang mga sumusunod. Corn na may negative 6.2% inflation mula sa negative 4.8%. Oils and fats na may negative 1.6% inflation mula sa negative 0.6%, particular ang mantika. Fruits and nuts na may negative 3.9% inflation mula sa negative 3.5%. At sugar, confectionery and desserts na may negative 3.5% inflation mula sa negative 0.4%. Sa mga probinsya at syudad na sakop ng Bangsamoro Autonomous Region, Muslim Mindanao, ang basilan ay nagdala ng pagbagal sa pagtaas ng mga presyo ng bilihin na nasa antas na 0.2% inflation ngayong Enero 2024 mula sa 5.5% noong Disyembre 2023. Lanao del Sur ay bumagal din sa antas na 1.7% inflation mula sa 3.2%. Ang Maguindanao ay nagdala rin ng pagbagal sa pagtaas ng presyo ng bilihin na nasa antas na 8.0% inflation mula sa 11.0%. Ang sulong ay nagdala naman ng pagbilis ng pagtaas ng mga presyo ng bilihin sa antas na 2.1% ngayong Enero 2024 mula sa 0.9% noong Disyembre 2023. Ang Tawi-Tawi ay nagdala ng pagbagal ng pagtaas ng mga presyo ng bilihin sa antas na 6.3% inflation ngayong Enero 2024 mula sa 8.9% noong Disyembre 2023. At sa Cotabato City, ang inflation ay nakitala sa antas na 2.3% ngayong Enero 2024 na mas bumagal kumpara sa 2.8% na nakitala noong buwan ng Disyembre 2023. Sa buong Pilipinas, ang inflation nitong Enero 2024 ay bumagal sa antas na 2.8% mula sa 3.9% noong Disyembre 2023. Kung ihahambing sa inflation na naitala sa mga rehiyon sa labas ng National Capital Region, ang 16 na rehiyon ay nagtala ng mas mababang inflation nitong Enero 2024. Ito man, ang BARC ay pangalawa sa may pinakamataas na naitalang inflation na pinangunahan ng Region 11 na may 4.4% inflation. Nitong Enero 2024, ang inflation para sa bottom 30% income households ay naitala sa antas na 4.1%. Noong Disyembre 2023, ang inflation para sa bottom 30% income households ay naitala sa antas na 5.7% at nasa antas na 8.3% inflation naman noong Enero 2023. Ang mga pangunahing dahilan ng mas mababang antas ng inflation nitong Enero 2024 para sa 30% income household ay ang mas mabagal na pagtaas ng presyo ng mga sumusunod na commodity groups. Food and non-alcoholic beverages na may 4.8% inflation at 64.0% share. At housing o restaurant and accommodation services na may 4.9% inflation at 14.4% share. At housing, water, electricity, gas, and other fuels na may 1.1% inflation at 13.1% share. Ang monthly data ng inflation para sa all-income households at bottom 30% income households ay inyong makikita sa website ng PSA. Maaari itong ma-access sa mga link na naka-flash sa screen o sa pamamagitan ng pag-scan ng QR codes na nasa screen. At dito lang tatapos ang aming paglalahad ng antas ng inflation o pagtaas ng mga presyo ng mga bilihin at serbisyo sa rehiyon ng Bangsamoro Autonomous Region and Muslim Mindanao para sa buwan ng Enero 2024. Ang Philippine Statistics Authority BARM ay lubos na nagagalak sa inyong paglahok sa buwan ng press conference nito patungkol sa inflation ng ating minamahal na Region Bar. Muli, maraming salamat at magandang umaga sa ating lahat.
Maraming salamat po ang RD ang patuloy sa pagbulat ng bar inflation rate para sa buwan ng Enero 2024. Sa puntong ito, ating pong sisimulan ang question and answer portion o ang open forum. Para po sa nais magtanong, paki-raise up po yung ating hand para po ma-recognize tayo, and please specify po yung ating pangalan or ang ministry or pangalan ng ating ministry or organization o ahensya na iyong kinabibilangan. And of course, for our participants online, please use the raise hand feature o pwede niyo po i-send ang tanong via chat box. Sa oras na ito po, atin na po i-open ang ating open forum. Para po sa gusto magtanong, please raise your hands para po tayo ma-recognize. Yes, ma'am? You're recognized.
Yes, good morning po. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Based on inflation rates for the bar and cities, sir, is there any current challenges and initiatives in promoting most accurate and most reliable data for the bar region? Thank you so much. This is 𝑑𝑉𝑬𝑹𝑤𝑺 𝑪𝑐𝑵𝑭𝑬𝑹.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Abdul for that very good question. Basic challenges, it would also mean the process and way we collect data in the field, especially. We encountered a lot of challenges, no? Especially in the far-flung areas or far-flung samples of our activity, the inflation or the price collection. But then these challenges, however, is really addressed by our field men. We've been doing this for so long, and the regional office, for that matter, is meron kaming way to facilitate and meron kaming way to validate the visit and revalidate the data that our field men collected in the different sample respondents in the area. We are really optimistic by this time, no, that since we are doing this monthly, the inflation press con, most of our mga kababayans in the field, especially in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region, is really being educated, no, through this way na nagkakaroon tayo ng press con. And I'm pretty sure that this kababayan natin mga Bangsamoro in the field is mostly aware, no, of what is going on the fluctuations of the prices in the region, as well as in the provincial level, because as well as we can, the provincial offices would also have their own inflation press con for the provincial offices to be informed on the movements and the ups and downs of the inflation in their particular province. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any question? Yes, ma'am. You're recognized.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. 𝑑𝑉𝑬𝑹𝑤𝑺 from 𝑑𝑓𝑬𝑺. Ang tanong ko lang, sir, bumaba po ang inflation rate sa January 2024. It means po, bumaba po ba ang presyo ng mga bilihin and other services?
Thank you very much, Ms. Abu. By implication, that would be implied that the rate, no, hindi ibig sabihin na, let us say, from but definitely, this would describe, no, yung ating pag goes down ng ating inflation of prices in the provinces as well as in the region. This is actually a consolidation of the food basket being collected by our field men, no, in the provincial offices. But although some food, some items are getting high, no, but in general, after the consolidations, after the process, it goes to say that the prices, no, of different commodities in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region goes down. Thank you.
May second question, sir, is ano po ba ang ambag ng BBP at ano po itong HUC sa inflation rate natin? At napansin ko pa sa ibang commodities group ng mga produkto is may negative. Ano po ba ibig sabihin ng negative na ito, sir? Thank you, sir.
Okay. First, wala pong ambag ang PPP when it comes to the ups and downs of the inflation. It is the sa points natin, no, andon na ang computation nito is the reciprocal of the CPI, which sabihin yung kinukulit natin, and that of the period under review multiplied by the 100%. So ito yung PPP is the result, no, ng ating CPI, yung ating Consumer Price Index, reciprocated po doon sa period, no, kung saan tayo halimbawa sa January na ito, and then it would multiply by the base year natin. So again, doon sa negative naman, pag sinabi natin negative, this is the remarks, no, on the going down of the inflation of the value for that sense. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh sa ating lahat. Kay OIC Regional Director, Engineer Angkan G. Tula. So, ang aking katanungan po is, bakit po mas mababa ang inflation rate ng ibang rehiyon kaysa sa BARM? Ano po bang ibig sabihin nito or ano po ba ang naging dahilan?
Okay, as I have said a while ago, the inflation of the different provinces is quite not the same. No? Hindi pare-pareho yung ating inflation sa bawat probinsya. Of course, the great factor contributed to the different inflation rates is the low of supply and demand in different provinces. As to its contribution to the going down or going up, you know, on the inflation to the bar, again, it is the consolidation when it comes to regional level. Yan yung consolidation ng different prices or different indices collected, no, from different provinces. So, pinag-ipon-ipon yun. So, ang para magkaroon tayo ng regional, no, na inflation, itong regional inflation is galing doon sa computations o galing doon sa inflation ng ating mga probinsya. Papansin niyo ng probinsya na nagtaas, may probinsya na bumaba, but then on the general computations, may offset. Yung ibang province mahila yung mataas. No? On the other hand, baka kung tumaas yung sa Taiwan, yung iba namang province mas mataas kumpara doon sa mga bumaba ng mga results ng inflation sa different provinces. Thank you.
Okay. Meron pa po ba tayo tanong? Sa ating mga kasamahan online, please use our chat box or raise your hand po para sa ating katanungan. Yes, sir. You're welcome.
Magandang umaga po. Alas panaligan ng 107.3 Magnet FM. Sir, I'm wondering sa mga nabanggit mo sa agriculture product ay parang hindi po namumonitor ang like mga kopra natin, tangan-tangan, kakao or any other agriculture product. Pati po parang hindi ko narinig na nasasabi ito sa mga report. And second question po, sir, in this coming month of Ramadan, it is possible ba na magtaas po ang ating mga bilihin dito sa region ng farm? At saka, anong mga magiging syllable na mga bilihin itong pagdating ng buwan ng Ramadan or itong 2024?
Thank you very much for the question. First, on the prices of all the agricultural products and or commodities, no, the PSA have a certain selection of items, that is food items in the basket, that is kasama po, no, kabilang siya doon sa basic needs ng ating mga kababayan. Hindi po kasi kasama yung mga iba na yun. Although, on the other hand, meron kaming price monitoring, separate activity PSA, but not to the CPI. This Consumer Price Index is a composed of a lot of items. Marami ito. Siguro, some of these in this basket are the yung kaya na sabi ko kanina, food and non-alcoholic beverages, the alcoholic beverages and tobacco. No? This is a finished product actually, no? Tobacco. Clothing and footwear, which is the basic needs of our mga kababayan. The housing, water, electricity, gas and other fuels. The furnishing, housing equipment, and routine household maintenance, as well as our health. Transport also. Information and communication, kasama rin sa mga monitor natin. Recreation, sport and culture, restaurants and accommodation services, personal care and miscellaneous goods and services, which are also education and financial services. All of these things are basically for the needs ng ating mga kababayan. But again, we have a separate monitoring on the farm gate price of those agricultural commodities that has been mentioned a while ago and asked for. No, and we are conducting also monthly ng ating farm gate prices. Pero ibang activities yan ng PSA. Makikita rin yung mga results na yun sa ating website. No? As to the second question, this is based on the data series and on the trend of Ramadan. Ever since I have known Ramadan, and ever since I've been practicing Ramadan, no? That in every Ramadan, most of the goods are getting high when it comes to prices. This could probably be phenomenon for Philippine setting, no? Because I guess, no, not against, but I'm particular on the getting of those items, medyo mahirap kasi kunin. No? So, yung iba kasi is ginagawaan nila ng value added, yung kahirapan ng pagkuha since wala masyadong kumukuha, and this would also justify the law of supply and demand. Since kukunti yung supply noon, so pagmamahalan yung pagbebenta ng iba. Now, aside from that, yung ibang kumukuha ng ating mga binibenta sa market is nagpa-fasting na rin, ibig sabihin naghihirap talaga sila. So parang ang iba is add-on sa paghihirap nila. Well, I'm not pretty sure, but this is just my view. No, on every Ramadan, kasi every Ramadan, as we experience, hindi lang sa mga restriction, talagang tumataas. Kahit yung basic needs natin, isda, gulay, those things are talagang puwing mo sa bukid or meron silang bagsakan, and binabali siguro yung hardship, yung pagkuha nun. And of course, doon sa konti ang supply. As to what is the sellables during the Ramadan, it's depend upon on the individual preferences. No, bawat isa sa atin may kanya-kanya gustong ibuka. No, yung iba gusto ng lugaw, yung iba gusto ng kanin diretso tapos meron siyang bawal. While yung iba naman is gusto ng tamar, yung dates. So we have the different preferences. It's depend upon on the individual differences natin. No? So I could not really say because baka I don't want to preempt kung ano yung dapat na ibenta natin during Ramadan. So again, this is depende sa individual preferences natin. Thank you.
Alright. Can we please entertain first the raised hand from Moro Premier, our participant from online? Nag-raise po kayo ng hand. TMI. Video po. Okay, so while waiting po sa ating kasama, yes. Yes, sir. Wait lang po, medyo mahina po yung ating password, sir.
Okay na ba, PCP?
Yes po.
Naririnig na ba ako?
Yes po, loud and clear.
Okay. Maraming salamat. Okay. Una, maraming salamat po sa presentation ng ating the inflation rate of the nation of the different provinces. May mga katanungan na po ako for the PSA. Gusto kong maintindihan how does the inflation rate sa farm, kung ikukumpara mo ito sa national average and dito sa mga karating na region, how are we faring in terms of inflation rate? And meron bang unique regional factors contributing to the inflations in the farm? Yung po yung una. Pangalawa, ano yung mga policy measures that have been effective in managing that inflation in the past? And kung meron man mo, how could this be adapted or expanded to unprecedented situations? At panghuli yung katanungan, tahan ko naman mo lahat, ano po yung parang kung kami po na nasa civil society organization and private sector, ano yung pwedeng nagbigay na guidance ng PSA for us to target ang aming mga target populations? Maraming salamat.
Okay, thank you very much, TMI, for that questions. First, on the inflation outside of the capital region, and of course, inflation when compared to the different regions. As I have presented a while ago, inflation rates areas outside the areas of the capital regions, all of the or most of the inflations goes down, no? But as I have said a while ago, that farm is ranked number 2 on the most hindi siya ganoon kababa yung ating decelerate ng ating inflation. Number 1 dito ang Region 11, which has 4.4% decelerations, and we are 4.2, no, as I have presented a while ago. As to its peculiarity in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao, of course there is none, no, because the food basket, no, is nationally defined, and this is true to all naman ang ating measures ng ating inflation. What is being measured in the areas of other region is being measured also in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao when it comes to basic needs and services. As to the challenges, yeah, as I have said a while ago, a lot of challenges being faced when or during and while conducting the activity in the different provinces of the farm. One of which is the challenge on the very far-flung areas that sometimes our data searcher, you know, or data collector for that matter face, you know, but of course kasama rin sa trabaho, no, ng ating mga searchers. They face like hindi makakauwi agad, and then we really thank because as of now, no, with the existence of our communications, kahit hindi siya makakauwi kaagad, masend naman niya yung gusto natin malaman doon sa area na yun, no? I'm very much particular, no, to give an example is the case of Sitangkay in 𝑑𝑉𝑬𝑺, wherein Sitangkay is almost on the southernmost frontier facing Malaysia, and it will take almost 8 or 10 hours before you can go to Sitangkay, and the trip is about MWF, yung frequency ng trips to Sitangkay. But then we have a statistical researchers going to Sitangkay just to give the exact prices, no, of a certain sample building or respondent in that particular area. The challenges are really hard to get there in Sitangkay, but on the management, no, on the management, on the validity and on the veracity of the data being presented to the people of the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region is that we in the regional office are seeing to it that we validate and we revisit, you know, these prices. In fact, I myself, whenever I come to different places, for instance in Bungao, when we revalidated some prices that is being questioned before the eyes of our national officials, I've been in Bungao to really validate from the very eyes on the prices ng certain commodities. And to some extent, I believe 𝐁𝐀𝐃 to, again, revalidate those prices. And whenever I go to some certain areas, for instance, yesterday, I was in or a day before yesterday, I was in Sultan Malundong for that matter, in Lanao. And I happened to visit the market of Sultan Malundong. And on the day before the Sultan Malundong, I had been in Buti to get some data turnover of our CPMS. But that data turnover is not actually focused on data turnover. I have some side trips to somehow revalidate, revisit, and verify those prices that being scaled in our and sent to our central office for the validation and process. That's how we manage. That's how we manage collection of data, and that's how we manage supervision of the activities of the PSA. We are on the multitasking whenever one or two of our staff send outside to a certain activity of supervision. Hindi lang yun, hindi lang siya particular sa activity na yun. But then, meron ng mga rider yan na trabaho. Andun na yung verifications, andun na yung revalidations ng ating mga respondents, not just the prices, but also the other activities of the PSA, like the ongoing labor force survey and the family income and expenditure survey. Sinaside trip namin yan lahat para nang sa ganun. We see to it that the statistical researchers is really on the ground. For instance, when I come to visit Basilan, hindi lang kami pumunta ng Maruso, but to site means nag-side trip kami doon sa barangay na malapit doon, just to see to it that the stickers of the CPMS, the SR or statistical researchers for the CPMS, as well as for doon sa Census of Agriculture and Fishery na andun, is na nakita namin mismo, and we are also able to interview from ourselves to see to it that our kabayans are really represented. Kami mismo yung nag-interview doon sa ating mga respondent, hindi lang sa isang activity. So, ganoon natin minamanage yung pagkulit ng ating data. Thank you.
Alright.
Great.
I think who knows this is it. Yes, po. You're recognized, sir.
Assalamualaikum. I'm 𝑰𝑵𝑭𝑴 from Policy Research and Legal Services from Paris, po. My first question po is, ano po yung importance ng pag-present ng inflation rate sa bottom 30% income household? Kasi napansin ko po na present iba yung inflation rate nila. And second question, ano kayo yung mga factors? Kasi napansin ko lahat bumaba yung inflation rate per provinces, pero si Sulu is tumaas siya from 0.9 to 2.1. Ano kayo yung mga commodity groups na naghila siya sa kanya pataas? Is it because din na marami bang pumupunta na ron, na kaya tumaas yung price, or dahil ASG free na ng Sulu? Curious na po ako doon. But ganun yung next, yung sa Maguindanao din, curious ako na compared to Lanao del Sur and Cotabato City, parang mataas pa rin siya. So, I'm also curious, is it because may mga lawless elements pa rin, or may mga security issues, kaya mababa yung supply, at mataas ang demand? Yun lang po.
Okay, thank you very much for the observations and for the question. First, the presentation of the inflation for the 30% household is so important because alam ko naman, you are very familiar with that law. That's the triangle of our social structure in the country. So most of this 30% is ito sila yung mga tao na meron commonly yung binibili is nasa food basket talaga natin. No, sila yung common na mga tao, mahirap nang sabihin may hirap pero hindi gano'n. Sila yung mga tao na mas maraming mas vulnerable, mas kailangan nila ng basic commodities na ito na binibili natin, and kaya sila yung mostly populations na nag-consume ng ating basic commodities. Sila yung mga tao na nag-aabay ng mga services na ito. Sila yung mas marami. Sila yung mas marami ng mga grupo ng mga tao sa ating bansa. That is why very important ito na may pagkita natin. In the population kasi meron tayong design, meron tayong parang category, it's population. So itong population na ito is mostly nag-consume ng ating mga basic commodities, no? So kaya mahalaga at saka iba yung kanilang inflation. Kumpara doon sa mga tao na restriction nila halimbawa is hindi kumakain masyado ng kanin. Yung mga nagsasubstitute ng kanin dahil baka mayaman masyado or may restriction. So kailangan natin may percent, ang siya 30% na ito. And on the differences of inflation from one province to another is, of course, this is very normal, no? Because one province, especially in the north, has peculiarity, or considering our geographic location. Let us say in Tawi-Tawi, their product mostly came from the Malaysia, and then we say Zamboanga, and in Sunul and Basilan is also came from that areas. But as to the presence of AHG, free from AHG, presence of armed groups, this might be a contributory factor, but not as parang conclusive as this, no? But we dwell really on the law of the supply and demand when it comes to the inflation. Why it is good, no? That kung mismo lang isang area or maraming tourists, maraming pumupunta, then marami ang demand, no? But kaya nga sabi ko is one of the factor na pwede, but we can't really say that is really, no, yung pinaka-cause noon, pagdami ng mga tao. So I mean demand, no? Kasi even without or even with the presence of that armed groups, the inflation is really not really good. So whether it is up or down, with the presence of that armed group, we cannot really say. That is the very reason. Although we are confident to speculate on that matter, baka pwede yun isa sa mga result kung wala masyadong lulo is marami ang tao.
Alright, so we will be entertaining one last question from the lady. Saan sila? Medyo. Sige, ma'am.
Michelle from 𝑰𝑵𝑭𝑺 po. Sir, ano yung indication if bumaga ng inflation po? Then, what triggers low inflation and how to maintain it? Thank you.
Okay. Sa madaling sabi, pagka bumagal yung ating inflation, hindi ibig sabihin na hindi tumaas yung presyo. Tumaas siya pero hindi ganun kabilis sa previous na yun na 7.2 for the previous month. 6.2 for the 6.2 for the previous month, and now is 1.2. No? So hindi ibig sabihin na hindi tumaas yung presyo. Hindi lang siya ganoon kabilis o hindi lang ganoon kalaki, no? Yung pagsipa ng ating presyo. Ito sa pangkalahatan naman, no? Pangkalahatan na pagtingin natin sa lahat ng mga commodities, hindi food basket. Sa madaling sabi, no, pag sinabi natin bumagal yung pag-usad ng ating presyo, no, is that para bang to the layman's term, paano ba ito maintindihan ng ating mga kababayan, it's that hindi ganun tumaas. Hindi ganun tumaas yung presyo natin ng buwan na ito. Nung kumpara nung nakalipas sa December. Oo. So parang ganun yung ating allowance when it comes to deceleration ng ating inflation. Well, that could be the reason if kung sa season is the reason. Pero as doon sa pag-intindi ng bagal or bilis ng ating rate, yun, no? Hindi ganun. But as to the reason, that might be can contribute to the season. No? And isa rin yung sabi ni Sir from 𝑑𝑈𝑉𝑒𝑹𝑏 services na factor in patient order. Those are the reasons behind bakit tumaas or hindi ganun kabilis ang pagtaas na natin mga presyo. Or makadahil na rin sa pagpunta ng tao or makadahil na rin tungkol sa dami ng supply na na-produce natin. So there are a lot of factors when it comes to inflation. Thank you.
Alright. For the time being, ma'am, could you still raise your question?
Very short.
Okay.
Before we entertain the last question po from online from Lanny of MILG po.
Alright, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning, Sir Arlie, and sa aking mga kapamilya. I'm Roxy Diaman from Radyo natin, DXTC 95.9. A very quick question lang po. Ano ba yung mga nakahanda nating mga aktibidades in preparation for the different activities that will be happening within 2024 bilang paghahanda po sa BARP election? So, ano po yung mga aktibidades natin to protect po yung inflation kasi this is very important po para sa ating lahat. Para hindi naman po siya magiging kabigla-bigla para sa ating mga kababayan. So, yun lang po sinabi mo naman. Maraming salamat po.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Diaman. When it comes to plan to somehow mitigate or regulate or whatever you may say when it comes to inflation, again, the PSA has no hand on the, let us say, introducing some plans or some strategies to mitigate this inflation, especially so that in preparations for such an election, or since PSA naman is a non-partisan government agency, and then we are just here to monitor. The PSA really is the data bank of the Republic of the Philippines when it comes to statistics. No? Again, we have a appropriate agency for that matter, for them to mitigate the prices, for them to say plan for intervention, so that prices can be controlled. No? So sila yun, may mga agencies tayo na naatasan para doon. But then again, si PSA is dyan for the monitoring ng mga galaw ng mga presyo na ito. Thank you.
Alright, thank you very much. From planning of MILG, you are recognized. Our participant from online.
Hello.
Yes po, sir.
Hello ma'am, hello sir. Good morning po. I'm 𝑩𝑽𝑛𝑐𝑜 po from Planning Division. And my question is, meron po bang chance na bumalik yung halaga ng peso? What I mean is, I'm not saying walang halaga yung peso. Pero kasi, example po, noon po, yung 1,000 nyo, marami ka na mabibili. And then ngayon, yung 1,000 mo, ano sila ka na mabibili? And yung nga po, yung tanong ko, is there any chances na bumalik yung...
Okay. Okay, so thank you. You're pointing out on the purchasing power of peso. No? Yeah, as to possibility, there is always a possibility, but on how, it's very hard to explain. And I could really say that we can push to that pagbalik ng ating ang ating 1,000 noon pareho ng 1,000 pa rin ngayon ang makukuha niya, because may kasabihan nga, no, that everything goes high must come down except price. So may mga ganun, no, but possibilities are really may possibility. Well, mahabang talakayan because it is economic subject, no, pag gilit lang yan sa original purchasing power of peso. Now, as to processor again, I cannot really discuss with you with this length of time because it would really intense much more comprehensive discussions when it comes to this matter. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Sir, there's still another 2 questions. Are we going to entertain? Yeah, from the lady first. Ma'am, you're recognized, ma'am.
Assalamualaikum, this is Maymalala from 𝑑𝑓𝑬𝑺. And my question po is, paano naman po makaka-apekto ang ganitong inflation rate sa ating maliliit na consumer? Or rather, mararamdaman ba ng mga maliliit na consumer na bumaba ang inflation?
Thank you very much, Ms. Muraima, for that question. Malaki ang epekto nito sa ating mga kababayan, especially in the Bangsamoro. For instance, yung ating purchasing power of peso, no, is 0.80 na lang ngayon. No? So, ibig sabihin, yung piso mo doon, no, so, okay, pag-elaborate na nga para mas pahabang discussion.
Okay. Kung may effect, no, kung mararamdaman ba ng ating mga maliliit na consumers, ano, itong pagbaba ng around 6.2 to 4.2, no? So, katulad na sinasabi ni Arvin kanina, bumagal lang siya, no? Pero meron pa rin pagtaas sa presyo natin mabibili. Tumaas pa rin siya kumpara ng presyo natin noong 2023 ng January, no? So, kung meron man, masasabi natin medyo maliit, no? Kasi in terms of the peso purchasing power, yung pinupunto ni RD, pareho pa rin yung level natin, nasa pareho level tayo, 80%, nasa 80 centavos na ngayon. No? Let me check. Generally, kung check ng peso purchasing power natin. 180. January last year. January 2023 is nasa, sorry. Okay, so January 2023 nasa 84.84, no? So kumbaga yung medyo maliit kasi yung piso, yakit natin 100 pesos. So last year, yung pera ng ating kababayan is nasa 84 pesos, no? Equivalent niya. This time around, after 1 year, nasa 80 na lang yun. Ibig sabihin, yung purchasing power niya, buwasan ng 4 pesos, no? So yun yung magiging epekto sa bulsa ng ating mahihirap. I mean, not just mahihirap only, but in general, binutsurus natin. No? So, kung i-multiply natin yun, to several siguro, thousands na bibili mo, that 4 pesos would accumulate then. No? So basically, that would be the effect noon sa budget ng ating mga households. No? So definitely may effect siya. Kaya sa pagtanong natin inflation, yung tanong ni kanina, no? I-enjoy ko na natin, malalaman natin yung effect niya when it comes to the purchasing power of the peso. No? So sabi natin, as inflation goes up, bumababa, nadi-diminish yung value ng ating peso, yung capacity ng ating peso to buy. No? So in that sense, doon natin masusukat o makikita yung epekto no, sa bawat mamimili natin. So, yung kung negative naman, merong pagbaba, ano? Yung negative, just to distinguish, ano? Kapag negative, yung ating direction, yung ating inflation, may pagbaba sa presyo. No? Kumbaga last year, sabihin natin 100 siya, this year, 90 pesos na lang. So meron pagbaba, that would be the negative. May pagbaba talaga directly, no? In terms of the price. Yung 0-0 naman, nasa report kanina, ibig sabihin, stable yung price, wala ang movement. 100 dati, 100 ngayon. Kasi yung inflation actually is measure yung change doon sa price. Okay? So, ibig sabihin nun, yung 4.2 natin na inflation na yun, on the average, yung presyo ng mga bilihin natin at servisyo, kung ikukumpara natin, mas mataas siya by 4.2% kumpara sa presyo noong January 2023. Okay? So, yun yung pag-interpret natin, yung payment term, noong 4.2 na yun. May pagtaas sa presyo, pero kung ikukumpara natin nung galaw noong December na 6.2, pareho silang tumaas. mas mabagal lang yung pagtaas ngayon. No? So, ang percent ng taas ngayon, nasa 4.2 lang. Yung percent ng pagtaas ng December, nasa 6.2%. So, pareho may pagtaas, kaya sinasabi natin, yung inflation ngayon is mas mabagal lang. No? Pero pareho tumaas. Okay?
What triggers the slow inflation po? Ano yung triggers sa slow inflation?
Madaming factors din. Ano? Kapag yung slower, yung pagbaba ng presyo, yung ba yung ibig sabihin ng slow? O yung pag-slow down? Yung pag-slow down. I mean, katulad na sinasabi ni Arlie kanina, no? Etong inflation na ito, o yung prices, yung movement ng prices natin sa market, is a play ng supply demand. No? Yun yung basic natin, kaya natin mga buwan. No? So maraming supply, content demand, definitely bababa yung presyo. Kasi walang bibili eh. No? So para mabenta, ikaw na negosyante, yung tendency will be to lower the price para mabenta yung mo, no? yung produkto mo. On the other way around, mataas ang demand, konti yung supply, which is yung case na mangyayari, no? Yung explain ni Aaron kanina, malamang sa case ulit Ramadan, kasi maraming maraming mag-ayuro, and then alam naman natin, didictate yung trabaho ng isang tao pag trabaho. Ano? So, in terms of production, mababa yung production. In terms of supply, mababa yung supply. May maraming tao yung nangangailangan ng supply. No? So, we have low supply, but in terms of demand, mataas. So, that will drive up the price naman. No? So, that will cause yung binabanit na yung kanina na posible. During naman ang Ramadan, which is from the previous observations natin, not only Ramadan, but also during the Christmas season, no? Where the demand is high, naturally, the tendency ng prices will be to go up. And yung pag-go up ng prices na yun would entail yung pagtaas ng pesos. No? So, ganun yung natin, no? Ganun yung play ng economics natin, and kung paano masusukat yun lang. No? And yung kanina, once I the point, actually, it's the peso purchasing power dependent doon sa inflation, not the other way around. No? So, kinocompute natin yung TPP based on inflation. Kapag tumataas yung inflation, affected yung TPP, no? Not the other way around. So, mas dependent yung TPP than the zero po.
Okay. Thank you very much, Egg, no? To enlighten doon sa sinasabi niya, ano ba yung effect, no, ng inflation nito sa ating mga kababayan? First is, ang direct na kahalagahan nito doon sa ating mga kababayan is doon sa budgeting. Budgeting. Ano ang mga natin pwedeng sample dito? For instance, yung sa pamasahe lang. From point A to Cotabato City, way back then is let's say 50 pesos. Since tumaas yung ating inflation, let's say, o yung ating purchasing power ng 0.80, no? Yung purchasing power ng ating peso. Pag kinutusan kita, pupunta ka doon sa point A at bibigyan kita ng same amount of 50 pesos, malamang babalik ka sa atin. Kamo, sir, hindi na ito magkakasya as pamasahe papunta doon sa point A. Kasi ngayon, ang pamasahe doon is 54 pesos na. So, yun yung implication ng ating inflation. Pinaka-basic na explanation ito. For instance, pag pinabili ka ng, let's say, certain sapatos or certain chinelas na mayroong brand, kasi may naka-brand ito, may mga, let's say, brand ABC, yung brand niya. Ang presyo na noon is 20 pesos. Ngayon, sila na yung put ng chinelas mo. Kumingi ka ngayon ulit ng pambili ng chinelas mo. Yung chinelas mo na 20 pesos noon, hindi mo na bumibili ng 20 pesos ngayon. Diba? Kasi meron ng inflation. Tumaas na yung presyo noon. So, ang tendency noon is sa budgeting, maapektuhan na. O yung chinelas mo, 25 na ngayon kasi noon 20. So, maakyat yung ating budgeting. Especially so on the parents na nagpapaaral ng kanilang mga anak na kinukompute yung buwan ng allowance. Ito yung implications noon. Ito yung nagbibigay sa kanilang direction. Taasan ko yung allowance ng anak kasi ang inflation na ito nakataas. Thank you.
Alright, thank you very much. One last question na lang po, isang hiling po from our RSCOM member from BTA. Yes, sir.
Hello, last question na po. Comparing po sa inflation rate ng mga regions, can we relate po ba na dahil poorest region si Bar. Lagi na sa top 5 tayo na pinakamataas pa rin kahit bumaba yung mga inflation. If tataas pa yung inflation rate natin, tayo yung region na pinaka-vulnerable sa mas tataas. May pag-monitoring ba na yung Bar region ay isa yung pinakamababa ng inflation kung compared to other regions? Thank you very much.
Okay, that would not be actually the operating situation of our maybe since I am that could not be drawn to that conclusion na ganun tayo. There is a time that BARM has been in the West, and there was also a time that BARM is in the highest. Meaning, ang impression kasi is we cannot really say, no? We really bank on the concept of sabi na economic 101 natin. So doon talaga yan siya naglalaro ng supply and hindi ibig sabihin na organ police police region, siya yung pinakamalaking inflation. Hindi siya not directly proportionate to the status of the living of the constituents. For instance, during our 2023, BARM has 7.8. Na-maintain ito nung March again, pumalo siya ng 7.8 ang ating inflation. And so far, during last year, ang pinaka-mababa natin is about 5.1 na inflation. Sabihin, inflation is fluctuating. It's not an indicator. Pag mataas ang inflation, you are the focus of the poor province. Thank you.
Alright, thank you very much. That was a very, intense no? Yung ating open forum. Everybody is so urged to know yung ating inflation rate. Again, maraming salamat po sa ating mga participants na nandito sa venue and of course sa ating mga online participants who actively participated po sa ating open forum.
Maraming salamat.
Again po, maraming salamat po sa inyong partisipasyon. Nais po namin kayong pasalamatan sa inyong partisipasyon at pakikinig sa ulat ng BARM Inflation Rate Report para sa buwan ng Enero 2024. Sana'y patuloy niyo po kami suportahan at bisitahin ang aming regional website na www.rssoarmm.bsa.gov.ph. Muli, ako po si Cynthia 𝑪𝑐𝑵 ng Philippine Statistics Authority BARM. Maraming salamat po at magandang umaga po sa ating lahat.
Okay, maraming salamat.